I think Columbus can be described as a cultural city. One of the things I was impressed with coming from an area outside Washington, D.C., getting into the city and going to the museums and everything. I came from a place, we came from a place that had a lot of different kinds of arts and culture, and you're very aware of, the different, people and things that are in America, and I think getting to Columbus, when we got here, we didn't exactly know what to expect, but you come to the biggest school in the country and it's so diverse and full of so many great people, and there's so much culture here. It's a city, that has that. It has that as its, I think, like essence. It's a place that's just diverse and has a lot to offer.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that living in Ohio was a different thing coming for most of us from Maryland, D.C. area. We'd never lived anywhere else. But we just kind of slid right in. We had an ease of entry, people accepted us into the community. Although not everybody accepted us into the community, but I'd say the majority did. And
your neighbors did, right?
Our neighbors were cool, except I had one neighbor, egged our house. You want to put him on blast right now?
Yeah, we should. He had a Jeep.
Yeah, what was his name?
License plate.
Shane.
Shane.
Shane's going down.
Jerk.
Then there was Megan, your 11-year-old nemesis.
She's a jerk.
She'd ride by on her bike. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
You'd be like, hello, Megan. It's fun.
I egged her bike. Yeah, I mean, the song Road Outside Columbus came from a spot where we were living out in Hilliard and driving in and out to school. But also driving in and out to shows, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I found myself, and we found ourselves all the time, a lot of time in the car. No radio on, just kind of looking around yourself. And people had always said, why haven't you written a song about the city of Columbus yet? You'd written about Maryland and where you came from, and we'd always said that we were born in Maryland, but we were raised in Columbus, Ohio. And it was about time we wrote a song about it. So the song's about coming and going from Columbus, but really at its essence, it's about the city itself and the place it had in our coming up. It was like a key character in our story.
Well, I think it was Ohio State that brought us to Columbus, but it's really the whole community, the city as a whole, that keeps us really feeling like it's such a second hometown for us. To keep coming back, and having been removed from college for 7 or 8 years now, since we've been here, living here full time. It's just still come back and it feel like it was when we were in school here, living here full time. I mean, it just says a lot. The community's been great. It's constantly growing. I mean, even when we were here, it was growing, and the amount that it's changed since then. With the Arena District and the Arts District, or whatever it's called, Discovery District over there, and Short North is awesome. I mean, we used to go down there all the time. Brewery District, of course, we had our favorite restaurants. There's just so much to do. And then the surrounding suburbs and everything like that. It was just a really family-based community. It's just picturesque, kind of like where you'd want to raise your family. That kind of Midwestern, great people, great community, great schools.
Jerry, you decided to make your home there.
Yeah, we have my family base is rooted here. My wife grew up in Worthington, and her family's from here and things. And really, it just made a lot of sense. And it's a great city to raise a family in. Obviously, they have wonderful school systems. You can get a great education at the Ohio State University, and even when you get out of Ohio State, you have wonderful companies like the Limited, Cardinal Health, places like that where you can really have a base and start a career and raise your own family. So it's we could do what we do anywhere in the country, and I still choose to call Columbus home just because I enjoy it so much. I love the town.
For me personally, a must see, a must visit in town is Johnny Go's House of Music on High Street. It's one of the last real record stores in America. It's one of the last real record store owners in America, John Patrick. You got to go to Johnny Go's House of Music, man. You got to support record stores. They do not. They're dying breed. So that's one of mine. I think that's it. I mean, you could say cat singers, of course, but I'm sure everyone says that.
I think. Well, you definitely said mine. Johnny Go's House of Music was a place when I was at school here. I mean, I went there to learn. Johnny was constantly sharing tunes with us. But Ironically, Katzinger's was my other one as well. There was some sushi restaurant called Haiku I liked. I'll just leave you with that.
What about the Red Zone? It's still a club, different title. Okay.
Mecca?
That was my favorite. The Red Zone, Mecca,
Oh, it's too funny.
Yeah, the nightclubs are
Glow Sticks, the whole deal.
It's all the same building, it's just different names.
Right.
I think our experience with the Columbus music scene is different than most. We didn't really, I honestly don't think we were accepted in the local music scene upon arrival. We came in with a record and moved out here and started playing the parties because we could go and play parties, and we weren't necessarily being booked in venues in Columbus. So I don't know that we weren't, I could honestly say we were not part of the local music scene, not because we didn't want to be, because we certainly wanted to be. But there were certain people that kind of would not accept us. So we made our own music scene. We rented the Newport on nights that they weren't using it. And that's how we came up. And then Steinecker, I mean, definitely saw what we saw, and he believed in what we were doing. So we do have a lot of friends in Columbus in the scene. But it was a tough go. I mean, there's no doubt that there were a few people that kind of closed the doors on us. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but that's what happened. Yeah.
When you see Columbus show up on the schedule, obviously as a tour date, you start feeling any kind of emotion, looking forward to it?
We were just talking about that. Just total nostalgia. You get all sentimental and come back, and you got to go see the different things like we've talked about. You have to. I mean, we spend so much time here. I think we'll always have that sense of just attachment to Columbus. Well, I think the fact that it was our first time away from home. And the band, the four of us started in high school. A lot of us grew up together. And when we came to Ohio State, it was our first time away from home. And we met Jerry, and we started playing. We started even leaving Columbus and playing on the weekends and things like that. But that feeling of just being away from home for the first time, makes a big impact on you when you're in college. And I think it was our way of and Mark lyrically writing about staying in touch with your friends from home, your family from home, just having that place to take with you. So even no matter how far away you are from it, you can have that with you and still feel good and think about it and remember who you are and where you came from. Those ideas,
I'll tell you this, when I'm in Columbus, and when I'm looking for that, Midwest way of life, that ease, I'm looking at Columbus Ease. I need a resource to tell me what to do, or at least show me the options of what I can do. Because a lot of people, I don't think, realize how many great things there are to do here. And this will just break it down for you, man, and give you a spot and tell you where to go and how to open your eyes, and that there's so much to see out here. And you can really only find that at Columbus Ease.